all the big tier 1 journalists onto this one. Carlos Baleba to the club of Manchester United approach has been made. And this is exactly what you want to hear from a club known as Man United as far as this is concerned. And before I obviously get deep into this story, I want to obviously talk about someone who went ahead and said, came on and commented onto one of the videos I did. And this is what he said. Michael Awotoye. He told me that you are happy now, but I remember in one of your videos where you said United should not sign him but go for midfielder and leave Hoyland and Zexi instead as strikers. Now, you never really got me right. As said, Man United had to first bring in a midfielder first before they went in for striker. That is it. Why? If you're having Mbeumo in and Cunha in, all you needed to look at was what we call the central midfield. And if we're going to hit this, it that we've been lacking that central midfield. And if they've gone ahead, obviously get the deal of Benjamin Šeško done, and they've gone ahead, obviously land a deal for a CDM, that will be something really great and important in here onto our channel known as United Matters channel. And for Man United, that will be great. And I tell you what, it will be one of those moments that I'll be hugely waiting for, to say to it that we've gone ahead, obviously getting a midfielder. And I tell you, the midfielder is the missing piece in the jigsaw. That is it. You might not really think about it, but it's the missing piece in the jigsaw. Welcome to our channel once again. And who first broke the story into the mix? It was none other than Martin, who is French in there for you, Martin Comas. He told us that Man United have reached out to Brighton to initiate discussions regarding the transfer of Carlos Baleba. Brighton's management will only let their Cameroonian midfielder go in the event of a substantial offer. So that means if United goes ahead to obviously make a very huge offer that is really substantial, I tell you what, it will result into what we call this transfer being ignited. You understand? So after that, we went ahead obviously getting a story from L'Equipe. They're telling us that Manchester United are in pole position to sign Carlos Baleba. United have contacted Brighton to find out the condition of the deal. So United have gone ahead, obviously go to the side of Carlos Baleba, and they've gone ahead, obviously said to Brighton that we want to sign the player and what are the conditions of the deal. And as Martin told you, the condition of the deal is simple. When the right offer comes in through, everything will move on as planned. So right now, Fabrizio Romano has told us that Man United approached Carlos Baleba's camp this week to be informed on player situation. Brighton plan to keep Baleba at the club as price tag would be very high. Man United plan to try get new midfielder after Šeško deal is completed. So United looks like they've gone ahead, obviously have a plan for their summer transfer window, and they're executing it as planned. Remember, the first one to come through was Cunha, then Mbeumo, now Šeško is next, and then Baleba will be coming in through at the club of Manchester United, and that is really something to obviously get excited about because the lad is such a sensational. And David Austin has gone ahead to say Man United contact Brighton via intermediaries to explore conditions of deal for Baleba. Brighton do not plan to sell this summer, and all sides are aware move may be unrealistic, but Man United can and should know in coming days if placeable or not. Now, I'm really excited for this transfer because if Baleba comes in through, then Man United will be really one of those sides that will have to reckon with in as far as the current ongoing situation of signing players is really concerned. That midfield of Man United has been lacking, and we really needed a CDM to obviously come in through and really shield that back four. And when you look at Baleba, he's a 20-year-old player. He's even 20, Let me check here. Baleba is a left-footed midfielder, we all know that, And he can play as a CDM. He can play as a number 8 box-to-box midfielder. He can also play as an attacking midfielder. That is Baleba for you. That's how special the lad is. And if you're gonna obviously look at him, you'll obviously understand that he's really one of those that you have to look at and really understand that he's just 21 years of age as Baleba. 21 years of age, 1.79 meters tall. He comes from Cameroon. Andre Onana spearheaded the persuading of a player called Bran Mbeumo to come to Man United, and there he comes to obviously try to persuade another Cameroon player to obviously join Manchester United in December. To go ahead and really participate into the tournament known as the African Cup of Nations. If you know, you know. So, if you know, you know about that. So that's really important about these players that will play in the African Cup of Nations. We now have Onana, there is Baleba, if at all comes in through, Mbeumo, Amadi Diallo. All those players, close to 4 players, will obviously be leaving the club of Man United, and that calls us to be having a very competent squad that we will all be looking at to see to it that all really goes on well as planned. But for Baleba, I really love the player, and I know most of you really love this player, and he's really an exceptional talent, especially in that midfield. Swift left foot, you know that very well. And every time he really puts in the shift when he decides to go up front, he can really move bodies. He can obviously get well into those areas of spaces that you want to see to it that your midfielder really gets into. He adds a lot into the attack, and his tackling skills are really out of this world, and I really love what this lad has always gonna hate to do. So Baleba is another one that we have to obviously look at and really understand that he's coming in through to put us or take us to the level that we deserve to be as a side of Man United, especially into that midfield. He is really one of a kind that you have to look at and really understand that he comes in with a lot of quality in what we call that midfield. As you look at Baleba and Kobe Mainoo, if they can really form a very good partnership, then I tell you what, Man United will be good to go to see to it that no one will obviously stop them from really thriving into that position of the midfield. One will ask, where will Manuel Ugarte be? I think it will be Baleba as a constant and Manuel Ugarte or Kobe Mainoo in there. But I believe for Manuel Ugarte and Kobe Mainoo, they might be the persons to obviously complete the double pivot, with Baleba being a constant in there for you, as he's just exceptional. Premier League proven, signed through from Lille, they brought him in, and his first season in the Premier League was not all that great, but I think this second season he has gone ahead, obviously having the Premier League, has really spoken volumes as far as this player should be going. You understand? So as it stands, nothing will obviously stop the world from really seeing this guy thrive at the club of Man United, because I see to it that there is a new culture that has started to build at the club of Man United that most of you are really in and loving to hear all the time. So the club of Manchester United is in here, and Baleba played 27 games last season but one, and last season he played 34 games, 3 goals and 1 assist. So that is Baleba for you. So if he comes in through the club of Man United and he does what he's supposed to be doing. I tell you what, we are obviously gonna be really having a very busy midfield. But my worry is he's coming in late. If Benjamin Sesko deal gets done tonight, I know United can really pull off this deal in a space of 1 week. But I would love to see to it that Baleba plays in the game of Arsenal. If you've got to hate to see what Arsenal has on their plate, they are really a very good side. I know they are playing with Villarreal right now and they're losing by 3-1. But I tell you what, you'll need a Baleba in the midfield of Man United as we also eat with Arsenal in our opener. So, Man United are not seated. They are really trying to push to bring in more. And remember, when the deal of Bryan Mbeumo got done, Fabrizio Romano said striker next, midfielder next, and the goalkeeper next. So that shows you that Baleba is going to be the fourth signing of Man United. Then after him, one more will come, and that is a goalkeeper. You understand? So that's what United is all about, and they are pushing hard to see to it that all goes well as planned. But Baleba is such a signing for the club of Manchester United. Breath of new fresh air in the midfield of Man United, as I know that we will get the best out of the best from the guy known as Baleba. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Feel free to go into the comment section and really tell me your thoughts about Baleba to United transfer approach made. And I don't know what your thoughts are, but for me, I think this is one of the signings that Man United will always feel like they delay to make. But if it is delivered at Old Trafford, then we obviously gonna be very excited about the lad. And 21 years of age, that means we are really building a squad for the future. And Christopher Vivel and Jason Wilcox are really making a very good job in there for you to see to it that Man United is really getting the best of the best. And the monies we are spending are really ridiculous, and no one really thought that we could obviously go north of that. For example, 63 million pounds for Cunha, 76 million pounds for Bryan Mbeumo. That is close to 150 million pounds. Then if you are to spend close to 70 million pounds, for a player known as Benjamin Sesko, that is 220. And for Baleba, I tell you, he will go for a lot of money. And if we cannot go north of 60 million pounds, 70, I don't think that we'll be able to obviously get in a player known as Carlos Baleba. But that's it. Good for Man United, good approach made, and I'm really excited to see how things will pan out into this particular transfer window. But United hasn't gone ahead to point, and they failed to accomplish a deal this season. And when the player gives them his yes that he's going to play for them, they do all what it takes to obviously deliver that player at Manchester United. So guys, second video of the day, what are your thoughts about Baleba to United approach made in there? And I'll be waiting to hear from you soonest in the comment section below. I sign out for now. See you later. And there's been a little bit of a glitch in there, but those come and go. You know that very well. So let's obviously get out of here. And we are still recording more and more videos for you guys here onto the United Matters channel, and hope you'll be